Welcome back. Guilford County Board of Elections Director Charlie Collicutt is answering your election-related questions. This person asks, any truth to being able to vote online in the primary?
No, we don't have online voting in North Carolina. You're going to have to go to your polling place. What you may be hearing is that military and overseas voters have a way to email and use a ballot portal to submit, but for civilians that are here, no, we don't have online voting.
All right, this text question is, do we have to reapply for absentee ballots for every election?
Most people do. If you have a disability, you can get one for all the elections within a calendar year. But if you don't have a disability, then yes, every election you need to request a new ballot.
What can candidates do outside polling places and what can't they do? I often see them outside when I go to vote.
Yeah, they have a fairly wide latitude of what they can do. By law, campaigning, whether it's handing out flyers, trying to shake hands and talk, setting up a tent, putting up signs, that has to be allowed. But there is a 50-foot buffer zone, we call it, that we mark off where they cannot do any of that within. So as a voter approaches, they may see and encounter the folks that are electioneering and handing out flyers, but once they hit that 50-foot mark, they're supposed to have a total clear passageway into the polling place.
All right, 50 feet, that is the radius there, that's the safety zone. All
Right.
right, this person's asking, how do I change my political party?
Yeah, that's fairly simple. One, it has to be done prior to 25 days ahead of the primary, so before February 11th. You can do this a couple ways. You can get a voter registration form from our website and fill it out, and all you got to do is indicate the new party. I've said it earlier, but your little voter ID card that you may carry around in your wallet, you can use that to change your party, send that in to us, come into our office. And also, if you do a DMV transaction, you can do it through the DMV website as well.
All right, this person's asking, will I be able to do curbside voting during the next election?
Yeah, we will have curbside voting available. So you go and we'll have a designated area with either somebody manning it or a call bell or some other way to alert the folks inside that there's a curbside voter.
This person's asking, why are people 18 and older allowed to vote but not 17 and older?
Well, in a primary, 17-year-olds can vote, but 18-year-old is the law, is what's in our Constitution, state Constitution for voting. And if you're going to be 18 by the November election date, and you're 17, you can vote in the primary. So it's kind of a weird little quirk to the law, but that's how it works.
All right, and so do you then register if you're 17 at the primary time?
Yes, you can register. You can register as a 17-year-old as long as you're going to be 18 by the November date for the general election. And if you're 17, then we will process that voter registration and you'll be eligible for the primary.
Interesting. Okay. This person's asking, how do I get my ballot by mail? I'm on disability.
How do you do what now?
How do they get their ballot by mail?
Okay, so there's a couple different ways. We'll have a form on our website that you can download and fill out, or there will also be a link for an electronic portal where you can submit electronically a request for the absentee ballot. So you'll be able to do that from on our website, various ways, or the State Board of Elections, various ways, but it will be a document that you end up filling out and sending in.
This person says, will write-in candidates be able to be on the ballot?
Good question. Not in the primary. There's no write-ins allowed in a primary, but in November, there is an option for write-in candidates. If it's a partisan race, somebody has to actually get a petition and get signatures on that petition. And if they can turn into us a petition saying that with 100 signatures saying this person can be a write-in candidate, we'll have a write-in slot and count votes for that write-in candidate. So,
all right, and this is an interesting follow-up question to that. Are the Board of Elections personnel able to provide help to fill out a write-in with a candidate's name? I'm guessing they're saying that they would have to go there to vote and they may need help actually writing it?
Yeah, we can help. If a voter is disabled, they can get help from anybody they want, including a Board of Elections employee. And if they say, can you vote specifically for somebody or can you write something out, we would probably have a couple, we would help with that and make sure that that it doesn't look strange, or that we have some oversight of that to make sure that the voter is satisfied with the assistance they're getting. But yeah, we can do that.
All right, really quickly, we got a minute. What's the difference between primary and general elections?
All right, the big difference in a primary, you are whittling down candidates from each party to then go face off one-on-one in the general elections. So the Democrats will vote for a slate of Democratic candidates, whittle it down to one. The Republicans will vote for their slate of Republican candidates to whittle it down to one. Libertarians will do the same thing, and then in November they face 1 versus 1.
And if you, in North Carolina, if you're registered as a Republican, can you only vote in a Republican primary? If you're registered as a Democrat, can you only vote in a Democratic primary?
Right. Democrats can only vote for Democrats in the primary. General, anything's on the table. But Republicans can only vote for Republicans in the primary.
Right.
Unaffiliated voters, though, are unique. They get a choice. They can vote in the Democratic primary or the Republican primary. Not both, not some here and some there, but they can pick one or the other.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you so much for taking all of those text questions. We appreciate it. If you missed any of this, we're going to put it on our website for you. It will be in the Two Wants to Know section.